What up? It's your boy Jovi, Small Couch Reviews, here in the Nash Blurred Museum to talk about magazine dreams. Magazine dreams. So, if you're watching this, you either want to know about magazine dreams or you just want to know what we think about magazine dreams and Jonathan Majors' movie that was supposed to drop 2 years ago. And instead of a formal review, I just want to talk to you guys about the whole thing of Jonathan Majors and the things that have been said of what this movie was supposed to do for his career. Magazine Dreams is about a bodybuilder. He is living in somewhere that's warm because it's always nice. I think it rained once in this movie. And he is an aspiring, professional builder, and he is very into it. I mean, working out twice a day, eating all his calories, watching videos of past Olympias, he is the super fan of someone that's won multiple times. But this movie is not just about Jonathan Majors' character, Mr. Maddox. What is his first name? I can't remember right now. And he says it over and over and over again in this film. I'll explain why I'm kind of drawing a blank, because so much was going on. Initially, you think, okay, this is just some guy that is obviously obsessed with bodybuilding. This guy's not just obviously obsessed with bodybuilding. He is clearly has some mental health issues. Not only does he have mental health issues, he himself may, have been labeled on the spectrum when he was a child. You can tell that he has a lot of disorders. I actually got to see this with my wife, and I mean, she was kind of going down the lines of things that she sees. I'm pretty sure it's been made, for people that know us and don't know us, she is a mental health specialist, a therapist, and counselor. So she's watching it, and I feel like it was harder for her to watch it more because this is a case study over just enjoying a film. And then for me, it was hard to watch because it was really, really cringy. But I think that was the point. So going back to the story, he gets in some trouble in a hospital. Apparently, there's he's talking to it seems like a state mandated therapist. And she's like, hey, you got to do better so you can make sure that you can be able to take care of your grandfather. And he's taking care of his granddad, and he's doing this, and he works at a grocery store. So, this is a guy that has a lot on his plate and is somehow, some way, getting this physique. Talk about physique. Jonathan Majors put in the work for this. You don't play a bodybuilder and just look regular. No, this man put in the time and the work. The only thing I would say is, and this is a plot point, but I was like, man, his legs. What's going on with Jonathan Majors' legs, man? When I think of a bodybuilder, I think of from the neck down, just swole. And he has some small legs. That's just a genetic thing for him, and he talks about it in the film. So they kind of slid that in there. I don't know if that was written. But no, it's really, really awesome. At the beginning of the film, building this universe, and truly building this universe, because for me, it is very clear that the universe is what's up here in his head. I don't think what we're seeing is necessarily reality. Not saying that it's ridiculously crazy, but there's so many things that happen in this film that it's I don't know if he's realizing what's going on, the severity of what's going on. There's a lot of crimes that take place in this film, and not one time does it seem like anyone actually gets in real trouble. Like, he gets arrested one of the times. He, there's a situation where he, gets into some trouble with some other people. They do a crime in like a company vehicle, and it's like, but the people that hurt him are still walking around later in the film, like not getting arrested. Their family doesn't know what's going on. It's like, again, I feel like we're in Jonathan Majors' character's head. That's like the biggest thing for me to like explain when you go see this. It is very weird. Like, I'm pretty sure that A24 would have been able to pick this up if the ending was a little different. Like, this movie feels like it ends about 6 times. And that's a sour for me. Not only was I'm not necessarily was waiting for it to be finished, but I'm like, this is a good time to cut, wrap it up, edit the rest, and call it a day. The story just keeps progressing and progressing and progressing and progressing, and like very, 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 like this was close to a 2-hour film. And I felt it, and I don't like when I feel it. I don't like when I feel a 2-hour film. So that is one of my sours, and then the other sour is, the conflict resolution in this film. It's just not there, because I feel like the way it was written was to really show how messed up he is in the head, that he doesn't understand the world. He goes on a very cringy date, super uncomfortable, which was funny because every single person in the theater with us was on like a date or with their partner. Like, everybody was hugged up, and and it was like, this is weird. I guess that none of us would have got here if we acted like this on a date. I would say, to end my sours, and in how it's like cut up, it's just like, some of these scenes did not have to be this long. This movie could legit have been like 1:25, and it would have been perfect. There's some stuff that could have been just completely taken out that just didn't drive the story at all. And before I go into my sweets, I'll just talk about the fact that, like, everyone that saw this film prior was saying that this was going to be his film that's going to get him the big awards. I don't see that. I also feel like this has maybe hurt him a little bit in the public eye, because he's playing someone that's crazy, that has anger issues, and we all know that is how everything stemmed from, his situation with his ex-girlfriend. He does have some anger issues. He does have some mental health stuff going on. He's worked past it. He is free and clear. Everything is cool. Like, give the man another chance. He is now married to someone that clearly is, really, really down for him. And I listened to an interview with him with Jedi Mike. Shout out to our boy Jedi Mike. And he just was like, everyone needs somebody. And that's what he wanted us to walk away from this film. And yeah, I think we do. I think we all need a support system. And I think everyone needs somebody, because this character didn't have anybody but his pop-pop. And just watch the film and see how that, culminates to like this, not like a huge ending. Very, very lackluster for me, to be completely honest. At the end, the movie could have ended in a different way that they had already filmed. It was there. Now, for my sweets, I felt gross the whole time. They did an amazing job by making you uncomfortable. I think if you can evoke any type of feeling, you've done it. You've done it. You have done your job as a director, writer, the producer, everybody. Everybody came together and was like, how can we make people feel so uncomfortable about supposed to be a, semi-regular guy that clearly has some stuff going on, and I felt weird the entire film, on the edge. Like, what is gonna happen? Why are you his mannerisms, his just blurred idea of reality, just the whole time. I'm like, yo, this, and I like, my wife ran to the bathroom and came back. She's like, what's wrong? Because I just went, and I was like, I feel weird. Like, I feel cringy. Like, this is just, and it works. Again, I talked about Jonathan Majors' physique. Awesome. Talk about his performance. Great. Awesome performance. I don't think it's the best thing in the world, though. And that's why, like, a lot of people tried to hype it, because I guess to try to help him, or they saw it when he was out at his peak, which I said this when I left the theater. If this came out when he was at his peak, oh my gosh, they would have wrote amazing articles about this film, even though it's too long and it makes you feel weird. Like, but now that he's been gone for 2 years, and then watching this, I'm like, man, he did a damn good job. He's an amazing actor. I liked his character in Creed way more, but like, he played someone with mental health issues, and I think he captured it. And then there's, in the storyline, just talking about how we're all in this, we're all off. There's just things, especially the way this country is, just a lot of little sprinkles in there. Now, say all that to say, and I rambled on again, I say this is more of a discussion than like a review. I'm going to give this film a solid 3. I don't know if I'll ever be able to sit through the entire movie again. I will recommend you go see it as just something, if you want to watch something that's very creative, and something that invokes a feeling that you probably, you're living good, you're not feeling all the time, and it makes you feel weird. Yeah, it's just be prepared to leave with a feeling of, like, there's no conclusion, really. The story doesn't end. There was an opportunity for it to end. So, yep. It's your boy Jovi. I really appreciate every single one of you for coming back every week to watch us talk about everything and anything. See you guys at AwesomeCon this weekend. I'm out.